If it's good for your head, it's good for your mind. If it keeps you together, it's really alright. Well, oh come on, kick the cat. State of the national.
Hi, this is Crazy Uncle Abby with Gay Penguin Sam. Sam's very sad today, which is why he's lying down. We just saw a movie that made us very sad. And no, it wasn't Captain Awesome trying to seduce Steel Dominique, although that was pretty sad. It's a movie called SicKo, the new movie by Michael Moore. Now, I live in a border city. And I remember back in the early 90s, all these arguments saying that the Canadians are flocking over into the US because we have such superior health care. And it was bullshit then. It is bullshit because they keep saying it now. A few things that struck me about the movie itself. When Moore was in France, and one of the people used the term sense of desperation to describe American life. Now, I'm originally from a desperate town, New York's, well, I'm from Long Island, which is a suburb of New York City, as anyone who lives there will vehemently deny. And sense of desperation is not even close to how you would describe that. Still. But I will say that living on the border, we have an awfully good healthcare system in my city. Broke as it is, as screwed up as a lot of things are around here now. And I think it's because so many people from here were flocking over the border the other way to get Canadian health care. Now, I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure about anything. I don't know my own name half the time. But I remember in 1992 when the healthcare system was the first proposals to overhaul the healthcare system were starting to come around in the presidential race, and I voted for President Clinton for the reasons of healthcare, because just a couple of years earlier I had slipped on the ice and hurt myself pretty badly, to the point where it was about 3 in the morning when I slipped on the ice, and I was knocked out until about 6 in the morning when somebody actually decided to pick me up and get me out of the cold. I didn't go to the hospital for a few days because we just plain couldn't afford it. Eventually my leg was swollen up so bad I had to, and wound up having to declare bankruptcy in a pretty great part because we couldn't pay that hospital bill. Who are we? Was the question that Michael Moore asked, and if you were to pass somebody lying in the street, who are you if you don't help? But then you've also got to ask yourself, if you know about someone lying in the street, who are you if you don't help then? Who are we? The people who believe in the myth of the free market, the unfettered free market, the ultra-libertarians, used to have a saying, the rising tide lifts all boats. I noticed since Katrina, that saying has fallen out of usage. Who are we then? Who are we now? That's a question. My wife works for a health insurance provider. A few years ago, before I started getting too sick to work, I worked as a legal secretary for a different healthcare provider. I saw the changes that were going on in this area, at the very least, as they were going on. And I'm proud of what we've done in this area, but it sickens me, pun so not intended, what's going on elsewhere. Because if I know someone's lying in the road, who am I if I don't help? Or if I don't say this is not right? So, from me and Sam, hope people think about it from this movie. Should have been thinking about it all along. Instead, we were too concerned that Hillary was getting too big for her britches. Have a good night, and I hope your health is well.
Cuba, where all is happy. Cuba, where all is gay. Why don't you plan a wonderful trip to Havana? Hop on a ship and I'll see you in CUBA.